Arias heart thundered as sh is steeped through the narrow doorway in the twilight. It is from half hidden by clinging ivy and the hush of the forest. As the ancient hinges creaked, sh felt that the air around her shifted, an almost silent breath of summiting alive. Inside, moonlight traced silver patterns on dust-laden wooden beams, and in the center of the room sat a small glass orb glowing faintly blue. Sh reached out, fingertips trembling, as the orb pushed on us and a whisper filled the quiet, remember. The word echoed and slipped away, and for a moment, Arias' past flickered before her, dreams sh taht lost, a later sh cold and quiet place, and a promise sh didn't know she'd made. Then the orb's glow brightened, the patterns on the beams danced like fireflies, and the door behind her slammed shut. There was no turning back now. When Aria opened her eyes again, sh stood in a world painted differently, a horizon where black trees reached skyward, their branches weaving into shimmering arcs of light. The orb fluttered before her, now humming softly, inviting her forward along a path of glowing stones. With each step, memories returned, the secret map her grandfather had hidden in the attic, the night sh vowed to protect him, the moment he whispered of the key beneath the moon. The path led her to an archway formed of silver branches, and beyond, sh is figures, ancient guardians whose wings were carved of starlight. One stepped forward, voice like wind through autumn leaves, you have come, Aria of the promise. Her heart stilled with recognition. Sh realized the orb was not just a key, it was her promise made real, and now it was time to fulfill it. Sh raised the orb high, and its blue flame burst into brilliant white, illuminating the guardians, the archway, and the infinite sky beyond. In that moment, Aria did not just remember, sh became the promise, the blinding light faded into a gentle dawn glow. Aria stood upon a vast marble terrace suspended above the clouds. The orb had vanished, but in its place, a mark shimmered on her palm, shaped like a spiral of light. The guardians knelt before her, their starlit armor gleaming. The mark has chosen, one said. The keeper of dawn is reborn. Arias' blood code, keeper of dawn. The title resonated deep within her, unlocking more fragments of memory, her later echoing through a radiant temple, her hands weaving light into protection for a realm that no longer existed. We am, sh whispered. The eldest guardian stepped closer. Because your world teeters on the edge of forgetting. The darkness as you on sealed is stirring again. He gestured to the horizon, where faint shadows moved beneath the golden mist. The orb was your bond to this realm. Now the bond lives within you. Aria felt the mark pulse, warm, alive, and a current of energy rushed through her veins. The marble beneath her feet trembled like a heartbeat. Sh could see the ancient symbol is glowing faintly across the terrace floor, leading toward a towering gate of crystal. Summiting within her, fear, resolve, made both, pushed her forward. Then I must face it, sh said. The guardians rose in unison, wings unfurling like a sunrise. Not alone, the eldest said. But remember, light only loves when the heart dares to burn. And as Aria stepped toward the gate, its crystalline doors began to open, revealing a world sh had once called home, now drowning slowly in shadow. A rush of cold air swept over Aria as sh crossed through the crystal gate. The light behind her dimmed, swallowed by a sky veined with storm clouds. Below, the honest green valleys of her homeland were now grey and leafless, their rivers frozen mid-flow. The silence heard more than any sound called have. At the foot of the hill stood a forgotten village, her village. Rows sagged, doors hung ajar, and the air carried the faint scent of ash. Arias still slaved as memories returned in painful fragments, her mother's voice calling her home at dusk, her father's letter by the fire, and the night everything went dark. Sh followed the echo of those memories to the old well at the village center. Its stones were cracked, but a faint shimmer pushed from within. Kneeling beside it, Aria touched the rim. The mark on her palm blazed to life, and the reflection in the water shifted, revealing a face sh hadn't seen in years. Aria, the voice said softly. It was her brother, Lear, his image trembling like a candle flame. You're too late. The shadow veil has already taken root. Arias breath hitched. Then I'll tear it out myself, she whispered fiercely. But Lyra's eyes were filled with sorrow. You can't fight it the same way as before. The veil isn't just spreading through the land, it is in people's hearts now. The reflection flickered, and the shimmer faded, leaving her staring into her own reflection. Behind her, thunder rolled, and from the forest's edge, black mist began to crawl toward the village like a living thing. Arya rose, her mark burning brighter than ever. Then I'll start with my own heart, she said, and the wind seemed to bend in answer. The black mist surged, curling around houses and swallowing the last traces of sunlight. Arya stood her ground, her pulse syncing with the rhythmic glow of the mark on her palm. Each beat sent ripples of light across the cobblestones, pushing the darkness back, but only slightly. The veil hissed, whispering in countless voices, "You failed on us, you will fail again." Arya shut her eyes. The words clawed at her resolve, dragging forth every buried fear, her helplessness, her guilt, her losses. As each saw her family fading into shadow, her brother's voice crying for help, her own trembling hands doing nothing. The light within her flickered. Then, faintly, he heard something else, music. A lullaby, her mother's voice, weaving through the chaos like a thread of gold. Arya opened her eyes, and in that instant, she understood. The light wasn't about power. It was about connection, about remembering the love that once bound her world together. She pressed her hand to her heart, whispering, "I remember." The mark flared, not white this time, but every color of dawn, rose, amber, violet, gold. The light spilled from her chest, sweeping through the village, igniting the air with warmth. The black mist shrieked, its whispers turning to cries as it dissolved into streams of silver. When the light faded, Arya stood in the center of the village, breathless. The sky was clear again. Birds returned, timid at first, then in song. In the reflection of the oil, Lyra's face appeared once more, smiling. "You found it," he said. Arya smiled through her tears. "Not it," she whispered. "Us." And as the first rays of a new dawn stretched across the horizon, the mark on her palm settled into a steady, gentle glow, no longer a burden, but a promise reborn. The dawn lingered, soft and golden, washing over the ruins like a gentle tide. But Arya knew peace rarely lasted. As she stood among the newly awakened fields, she felt it, a faint tremor beneath her feet. Not of danger, but of awakening. The world itself was remembering, just as she had. The villagers began to emerge from the shadows, people she thought lost forever. Their faces were weary but alive, their eyes wide with wonder. Children pointed at the sky where fragments of the old constellations shimmered back into place. Yet among the joy, Arya noticed something strange. The mark on her palm pulsed faintly, not with light, but with rhythm. A heartbeat, not hers. That night, when the moon rose pale over the hills, she followed the pulse to the edge of the forest where the darkness had first crept in. The trees stirred, whispered in unfamiliar voices. Beneath their roots, she found an ancient stone altar half buried in moss, its surface etched with symbols that mirrored her mark. From the shadows stepped a figure cloaked in twilight. His eyes gleamed like liquid silver. "Keeper of dawn," he said, his voice both kind and cold. "You've restored the light, but every dawn must cast a shadow. And now, it seeks balance." Arya tensed. "You mean the veil isn't gone?" The figure smiled faintly. "Gone, no, it sleeps within the huts you saved. Even light, when held too tightly, can blind." The forest fell silent. Arya felt the threat of his words echo through her. The light on her palm flared, flickered, then steadied again. She took a step forward. "Then you'll learn to hold both," she said. "Light and shadow, dawn and dusk." The stranger's expression softened, and for a moment, Arya thought she saw her own reflection in his silver eyes, older, wiser, standing beside him. Then perhaps, he said, fading in the mist, you are ready for what comes after dawn. As the moonlight spilled over the altar, Arya placed her hand upon it. The mark glowed once more, this time forming two intertwined symbols, one of light, one of shadow. The forest exhaled, and the world felt whole again. For the first time, Arya didn't fear the night. She welcomed it. Because now, she knew, dawn was never meant to banish the dark, but to teach it to shine. The following days were quiet but charged, as if the world itself were holding its breath. Arya wandered through the village, helping rebuild homes and tending the fields, yet the mark on her palm throbbed softly, a reminder that her journey was far from over. She felt the pulse not just in herself, but in the people around her, their hopes, their fears, their memories entwined with her own. One evening, as the sky melted into shades of purple and gold, she climbed the hill overlooking the forest. The horizon seemed endless, yet she sensed movement in the shadows below. From the tree-line emerged creatures unlike any she had seen, shapes made of mist and starlight, guardians of the balance between light and shadow. They bowed as she approached, eyes gleaming with recognition. "You've mastered more than dawn, keeper," one whispered, its voice like wind over glass. "You've become the bridge." Arya's heart swelled. The bridge. Yes, it said. Between what was and what will be. Between the light you guard and the darknesses you understand. Without both, the world cannot endure. She looked at her palm, where the intertwined symbols pushed in quiet harmony. For the first time, she didn't feel the weight of responsibility, only purpose. She raised her hand, letting the light and shadow swirl into the sky, painting the clouds with colors unseen by ordinary eyes. From the village below, Lear and the villagers watched in awe. The wind carried their laughter and voices upward, merging with the pulse of the mark. Arya smiled, realizing that she was not just a keeper, not just a protector, she was a guide, a living testament to balance, to hope forged from memory and courage. And as night fell, instead of fear, the darknesses welcomed her. Stars shimmered, not as distant lights, but as friends. And in that quiet, infinite space, Arya whispered softly to herself, "I am ready." The world waited, and she stepped forward, into the unfolding story of every dawn yet to come. The next morning, the village awoke to a light that felt different, warmer, alive, and infinitely deep. Arya walked through the streets, noticing the little things, flowers that had never bloomed before, streams that sang with silver currents, and children lying freely under the sun. Yet the mark on her palm pushed steadily, a quiet reminder that the balance she carried was delicate and ongoing. At the edge of the forest, she sensed a stirring. The shadows that had once threatened her world now moved with purpose, not malice. From among the trees, a figure emerged, tall, cloaked in twilight, the stranger from the altar who had spoken of balance. His eyes held the weight of time and understanding. "You have done more than I imagined," he said. "The veil has learned restraint, because you have learned empathy. But there are other realms, other hearts, that require the same guidance." Arya tightened her grip on her palm. "Then I will go to them," she said. "I will carry both dawn and dusk wherever they are needed." The stranger inclined his head, a faint smile curving his lips. "Very well, but remember, keeper, the greatest strength lies not in your power, but in your choice to use it wisely." A gentle wind lifted her higher as she stepped forward into the forest, the mark glowing like a compass. Every tree, every shadow, every creature seemed to recognize her now, bending in acknowledgement of her purpose. The pulse in her palm quickened, syncing with the heartbeat of the world itself. As she vanished into the forest's edge, the village below shimmered with renewed life. Lear waved, and the villagers cheered, but Arya knew this was only the beginning. She was no longer just a protector of her home, she was a guardian of balance, a living bridge between light and shadow, dawn and dusk, memory and hope. and somewhere, deep within the horizon where the first light of dawn kissed the night, a new adventure awaited, calling her name. The journey had only just begun, Arias steeds carried her deeper into the forest than as it had ever gone before. The air here was thick with magic, old and untamed, and the trees whispered secrets in languages as she almost understood. Shadows moved alongside her, but they no longer felt threatening, they were companions, shifting and dancing with the glow of her mark. Suddenly, the forest opened into a vast clearing. At its center floated a shimmering pool, its surface reflecting not just the sky, but inner worlds. Aria approached cautiously, sensing that this was no ordinary water. The pulse of her mark quickened as if it recognized something within the depths. From the surface, a voice rose, soft yet commanding, keeper of dawn, keeper of dusk, keeper of balance. Aria's blood caught, the pool rippled, and from within it, shapes began to emerge, fragments of other lands, other loves, caught between light and shadow. As each is a city swallowed by darknesses, forests frozen in time, and people whose hearts were trapped in fear. You see them because they need you, the voice continued. Every realm has its dawn and its dusk. Every heart has its shadow and its light. You are the bridge. Aria knelt by the pool, placing her hand on its surface. The mark flared, sending ripples of color through every reflection, touching each world, each heart. As each felt their fear, their hope, their memories, all intertwining with hers. Then, as the light spread, the pool's surface shimmered into a doorway. Beyond it lay countless realms, each waiting, each needing guidance. The pulse in her palm steadied, a steady rhythm now stronger than ever. Aria rose, her eyes shining with determination. Then I will go, as H said. I will bring balance wherever it is needed. I will be the dawn, the dusk, the bridge. And with that, as H stepped forward, leaving the forest behind, embarking on a journey that would span countless worlds and lifetimes. The adventure of the keeper had truly begun. Aria emerged on the other side of the doorway into a realm unlike any as H had seen. The sky was a swirl of violet and amber, rivers of molten silver cutting through mountains that seemed alive, shifting with each heartbeat of the land. As each could feel the pulse of this world's fear and hope entwined with her own, stronger than anything as H had felt before. From the horizon, a figure approached, tall, radiant, with eyes that mirrored every color of the dawn. Welcome, keeper, the being said, voice echoing like both thunder and whisper. I am the guardian of this realm. We have awaited you, for the veil spreads here as it has elsewhere. Aria raised her hand, letting the mark flare bright. Then I will stop it. I will bring balance. The guardian inclined their head. Balance is not merely stopping darknesses or spreading light. Here, it requires understanding, compassion, and courage. Are you ready to wield all three? Aria's heart tightened, not with doubt, but with resolve. As H nodded, I am ready. I will learn, I will face what is needed, and I will not falter. A soft wind stirred, carrying whispers of countless hearts, their voices rising in harmony with the glow of her mark. The river shimmered, the mountains breathed, and the very ground seemed to recognize her. The veil, dark and serpentine, slittered across the landscape, testing her resolve, but Aria stepped forward with steady purpose. With each step, her mark pushed, radiating light and shadow in perfect harmony. The veil recoiled, not destroyed, but transformed, balanced. The realm exhaled, a sigh of relief that echoed across mountains and skies. The guardian smiled. You have begun well, keeper of balance. But this is only one world. Countless hours await your guidance. Your journey is endless, and so is your strength. Aria looked toward the horizon, the sky alive with possibility. Then I will go, as H said firmly, and I will bring balance wherever it is needed. I am the dawn, the dusk, the bridge. And so, with the light and shadow intertwined in her palm, Aria stepped forward once more, into the infinite adventure of worlds that needed a keeper. Her story was no longer about one village, one forest, or one dawn. It was about every dawn yet to come,